Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Lorraine, my nickname is Rainy, and you can call me Rainy. If you've been here before and you've come back, thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new, stopping by, welcome aboard. I moved to Vermont about 7 months ago from upstate New York. I wanted to live near one of my sons. And so there were a lot of adjustments that needed to be made. I didn't really know anyone here, with the exception of my son and one of his friends and my daughter-in-law. So my daughter-in-law's aunt introduced me to the person who is the director of this library in North Clarendon, Vermont. And as it turns out, she had lots of big plans for this library. It's the Bailey Memorial Library in North Clarendon. It's a wonderful little library, and Linda was in the process of making some changes to the interior. So there were some blank walls, and she knew that I painted. So one afternoon I got a text, said, "I have a question for you." And I thought it was going to be, "Let's go to breakfast." It wasn't. It was, which we had already done. And it was really nice, but it was, "I have a wall in the library. Would you consider doing a mural?" And my first reaction, and my reaction always in the past, was no, it's so out of my comfort zone. I paint and draw, but I paint and draw very small pencils and watercolors. And so to tackle painting on a giant, in my view, wall was intimidating, and I felt way out of my area of expertise. But I knew when I moved up here to Vermont that I would have to start saying yes, or I would end up with an isolated existence, since I really don't know anyone. There is Linda right there, and Tony, the library assistant librarian there at the library. And there's that daunting wall. Now the big wall is one that I've recently finished, and the short wall is a to come mural. We started with the concept. Linda said that she wanted some birches, and I'm like, okay. I thought to myself, I can paint birches. I've done it in the past. I didn't paint them life-size or near life-size, but I thought, well, let's just go for it. The other daunting thing about this is I painted watercolor, and I had done a few oils, but acrylics were never my favorite medium. And so that is something I would have to overcome and learn how to handle the acrylics. And so I said yes and started painting the mural once we got our concept, and I would go there. At the beginning, I went there a few times a week to try to get a good start, and then eventually I would go every Tuesday to paint and add more components to the mural. I had a rough idea of what we were going to do, but I didn't have a bona fide plan. So each time I went, I did a little bit more, and I added little accents as time went on. I knew I was going to do flowers and bugs and things like that that were whimsical. Doing whimsical things is helpful because you're not a slave. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. And this is an area where there are children's books, so hopefully it will be, I was hoping it would be a little bit more forgiving. So there I am. I probably could have used larger brushes as I was painting, but as I got going, I did start to use bigger and bigger brushes. But like I say, all of this was a bit out of my comfort zone. But the beautiful thing about it is, and I'm so happy that I said yes, because it opened, it gave me structure, which I really needed since I had moved, and I'm retired. So I had something that I was determined to accomplish. And so every Tuesday I would go, and then sometimes when I was at home I would practice some of the things that I was going to be adding later. So it gave me purpose, it gave me structure. And I got to know Tony and Linda very well, which I'm so grateful for. So week after week, I would add more and more to the mural. I have another section of the wall that I will be painting, but when I tackle that, which I'll show you later, I'm planning on coming up with a bona fide concept and practicing a little bit before I go to the library to paint. But I can say that the library is a wonderful place where the local residents stop in and check out bona fide real books on paper. I absolutely love books on paper. And I've never been one that, I don't have a Kindle or anything like that. So I would not be downloading books, and I never have. So it's so cool because you can tell that the people that stop by are familiar and they're regulars, and it's wonderful to just step into this little community for a while I'm doing this mural. Tony, the assistant librarian there, she every week, every time I go there, and I'm assuming every time she works there, she has these wonderful outfits. And so I asked permission to take pictures of a few, and there you have a few of her wonderful outfits. One Saturday when I was there was a reptile handler who brought some cretins to display and show in the upstairs part of the library. And so here's I think he said it was a corn snake, but don't quote me. If you know for sure it's a corn snake, please let me know. And he also brought this giant toad. Oh my goodness, check him out. He is so adorable. And I touched him, he felt like rubber. It was so cool. So they have all kinds of things that are going on in the library for the residents. And I enjoy being a part of it. I'll still be painting there for a while to come because I do have that other wall to complete. But the one thing I wanted to say about stepping out, I stepped out of my comfort zone. And you know what? It was a little nerve-wracking at first, but as I got going, I gained more confidence. I really enjoyed it. There are things, of course, on there that I, would like to change and didn't come out as well as I hoped. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. And the beautiful thing too is these are acrylics, and if I really, really hated something, I could paint over it. So when you're creating art, it can be more forgiving than you think. And so give yourself permission to practice and try new things. I'm so glad that I did. This has been a wonderful, I've enjoyed it. I've had a wonderful time over there at the library. As I watch this video and I'm watching some of the progress, I can see things that I think, oh boy, I wish I could change that. But you know what? It's okay. That's the beautiful thing about art and creativity is you have permission. We have permission not to be perfect. Eventually, as I got closer to the quote-unquote, finish mark on this section of the wall, I had to decide this is the best that I can do at the moment. And then I had to just release myself and say, okay, the next part of the wall, I'll try to practice some things that I'm going to try. Chipmunks for one, which I think I don't know if I've ever painted a chipmunk. So that will be a test, and I'm going to do, we'll see. I haven't completely nailed down the whole concept yet. But here you see what I called finished for the big part of the wall. And I have to say that I'm grateful that I was given the opportunity to be a part of this little library. And it made me feel more at home in a place that is unfamiliar. So if you have any questions, or if you paint murals and have any suggestions, I would welcome your feedback. And stay tuned for the next part of this mural adventure. And thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, you're a trooper. You totally rock, and I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy painting. Thanks for watching.